Yes, we are live. Welcome to the SLOB Show, Roker.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What's up, bro?
I understand
Thank
that
you.
you're having a little issues with a refrigerator delivery.
Yeah, they didn't feel like going up 3 flights of stairs and
You could decide that?
taking the
How does that work?
refrigerator down and bringing it up.
I didn't know you could make that decision. I thought you just have to do it.
They said, I don't feel safe making this delivery.
Oh God, why? Because they just want to go upstairs, right?
Whatever. Just aggravation.
Does your current refrigerator not work?
Yeah, the refrigerator, and that's what really sucks, is the current refrigerator that we have is fairly new. It might be 3 years old, but it's a lemon. It's a lemon. We've had repairmen out here probably 8 or 9 different times on it. And we've got, you know how you get that whole house insurance, that insurance that takes care of all of your appliances and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they kept sending somebody out saying what was wrong with it, bring it in. And then, they send somebody out. Takes 2 weeks for them to send somebody out, right? Then they send somebody out. They say, this is what's wrong with it. And this is the part it needs. Then it takes 2 weeks for them to approve the getting of the part.
Jesus.
Once they approve the getting of the part, you make an appointment for the person to come in and install it, which is another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it stops working again properly 2-3 weeks later. And then you go through the process again and again and again. And finally, we're like, this is a lemon. Just give us the money for a new refrigerator.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep sending people out here 10 times?
Remember back?
We have people coming out here in the middle of a pandemic. And I'm not talking about like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I'm talking about, October, January,
Jesus.
right? And I'm in the corner in the other corner of the house, wrapped up in bubble wrap, while they're here. So finally, they just cut us a check for a new refrigerator, and so that's what was being delivered today.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Not trying to bring the SLOB show down. Not trying to be a bummer.
Well, Roker, that reminds me of like when I was like in 1988, when I was like 7 years old. I remember having the TV repairman over all the time, and we had like an Emerson TV, and it was like, I don't know. How many inches were TVs back then? 20 something inches, maybe?
Was it a floor model or was it sitting on top of something?
We had it like in like some kind of shelf or something.
Yeah, it was probably around 20 inches.
20, maybe 25. It was bigger, I think.
Wait a minute. Did it look like this? Hold on. Let me take, if you're watching this on one of the many platforms that you can watch the SLOB show on. Did it look like that?
It was bigger than that, but yeah, it had that look.
That might actually be your Emerson from 1988.
But I remember having the TV repairman over, like, he's like, this is a very good set. You guys should not get rid of this set. And it's like, I remember my grandma would spend a lot of money to get the TV fixed. Like, and now you get like a 55 inch for like what, $200?
Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. It used to be about a mile and a half from here. There used to be a place that was it was a TV repair shop, radio repair shop, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And when the TVs look like the one that's behind me, that's like 150 pounds and has big, huge tubes in it. Yeah, you need that. But now you go get a 60-inch TV and carry it in one arm.
I think I have a 65 inch. That's like my main TV. I think I paid $340 for it or something crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, you don't ever need to buy a warranty on a TV set.
No.
Because by the time the TV set breaks, you'd be able to get a brand new one for less than what you paid for the one that you're
Exactly.
replacing.
And what do you
Right,
even get?
so-
What could you even fix in a TV at this point? Like, I don't even know what you would fix. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good question. Yeah, are you going to pay? Because they always have. You got to look, and some of those places will have that checked off already. Like if you're buying something online, you've got to uncheck it, or else you get the warranty.
oh yeah, make sure I
You
don't get
know?
warranties on. I don't get warranties on anything.
Yeah, there's no need, and lots of credit card companies give you an automatic warranty if
They
something
do?
breaks down. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Here's another one. So if you rent a car, check with your credit card company before you rent a car. But most Visas and MasterCards, Discover, they have insurance for rental cars included if you use their card. So you don't need to
They
buy
do?
any of that rental car insurance.
What?
No,
Damn.
no, son.
Rooker with some major. Oh, by the way, no slob show next week. There's not. Hey, I'm breaking the streak. There's nothing I can do about it.
We tried.
I'm getting a couch delivered. There's nothing I could do. Sorry.
We
The
tried.
next Wednesday we will be back at 3:15. Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, and it's Memorial Day week, right? Don't people take off Mondays normally? So whatever. Pretend like it's a Monday.
Pretend like it's a Monday. But somebody's asking if I play Duck Hunt on that television set. No, I play Sonic the Hedgehog on it.
That's less than ska, and he's watching on Twitch. That's one of our Twitch viewers.
Nice.
So we got Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Hey, wherever you watch it, or if you just listen to the audio version, whatever, man, we don't care. Wherever you're listening, you can comment and ask questions.
Nice.
All right, so we're talking about sauces today.
Okay.
And you and I are both, I would say we're sauce men, right? I'd refer to us as that.
We're saucy. We're saucy.
Yeah, like we love sauce. Yeah. I mean, I get tons of sauce on everything. So
you do. You do.
Now, let's start out with this. What's your all-time favorite sauce?
This is an easy one for me, and you probably don't see this one coming, but this is an easy one for me. My favorite sauce is Hollandaise sauce.
Oh, really?
Are you familiar with Hollandaise?
Of course.
It's basically
eggs Benedict, of course.
Yes. So basically, this is Hollandaise sauce, people. If you've never had Hollandaise sauce, it's egg yolk and butter.
Exactly.
Egg yolk and butter.
Yeah.
And a little bit of lemon. You can put it on. Just think about that for a second. Egg yolk, delicious. Butter, delicious. They're both fats. So it's two fats together. It's all fat and it's all sauce. And it's delicious.
Now, does your wife I'm guessing she makes homemade hollandaise, right?
She does. She will make eggs Benedict every New Year's Day.
Oh,
for sure. And then she will usually make it again at least one more time during the year, because there's a lot of labor involved to doing it, and timing, because it has to be ready when your poached eggs are ready, because you don't want it to get hard, you don't want it to tighten up or anything like that. So it's not easy to make, and I'm very thankful that she takes the time out to make it every year or a couple of times a year.
Kelly chiming in, he said his favorite sauce is James River barbecue sauce used on the infamous Boston North Shore beef sandwiches. I never even heard of that, but sounds delicious to me.
That sounds regional.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. Is James River barbecue sauce available everywhere? I'm sure you can buy it online.
Yeah. Well, I get that. Have you been to St. Elmo's in Indianapolis? I heard it's like one of the best steakhouses. I
have not.
Okay. I haven't
either. The only
time
I was ever in Indianapolis, I was in and out. I was I was out before, actually, on my way to Indianapolis, my brakes started grinding.
Oh my God. Did you get raped? Like was it like Deliverance?
Dude, yeah, right. Squeal louder. It was like the only place I could find was like a Firestone, and they wanted like $500.
They're like, for you, 500.
Right, exactly. So I literally drove home and did not break.
Oh my God.
The entire way. I got on I-65 and break until I got to the toll plaza.
I was in Indianapolis for WrestleMania 8 when the Ultimate Warrior made his return. When at that WrestleMania, Macho Man beat Ric Flair for the title. If you remember that one. And I hosted mornings on 93.9X.
There's been a lot of. What'd you say?
No, I also hosted mornings on 93.9X in Indianapolis, but I did it from Chicago. So I went there I went there one time.
Okay.
during that whole era.
Well, there you go. That whole era is 6 months an era.
Yeah, it was like 7 months. That's like
our 87.7 The Game era.
Oh my! Well, that was a year at least.
From like March to November.
Hey, we had a show called The Game Changers. That was a pretty damn good show.
Oh, it was damn good. It was awesome.
It was one of the best shows on the radio at the time.
It was.
It is funny. I mean, you've had your jobs were a lot longer than mine, but I've lost every radio job one way or another. Whether or not the station got sold, I've never left a station. Like, let's go through my whole history really quick, okay? Q101.
Okay.
I started as an intern. I worked there 5 years, okay?
Yeah.
They got rid of the whole show. We all got let go, okay?
Yes. Kick to the curb.
I went to Miami, right? Where I negotiated at 25 years old. I somehow negotiated a jet ski in my contract.
Nicely done.
The balls that, like, I remember I was like, no, I'm going to need the jet ski.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but it's a jet ski is a sandwich, ladies and gentlemen. It's not what you think it is. It's a sandwich.
Yeah, there's a sandwich. No, a real jet ski, a wave runner. I somehow got that in my contract. That's the only show that I ever like lost my job for, like, because I actually got let go from that job. Because like the show was these two old like fat guys in Hawaiian shirts, and I was like 25 living in South Beach. They were old fat guys live in Florida, some suburb or whatever.
Yes.
And like they would just be talking about like whatever guys in Hawaiian shirts talk about. And I'm like, hey, I'm 25. This sucks. I'd be like falling asleep on the air.
They were more of the Jimmy Buffett crowd.
Exactly. When you know what happens at Jimmy Buffett concert. So after that job, Sludge and I did a morning show in Richmond. They flipped formats on that station. I lost that job. Then I started doing a podcast in my bedroom, which got picked up on Howard Stern Sirius XM channel. I did that for 3 years, and then they just got rid of all live programming. So I lost that job. Then what was after that? Was the game after that, I think? Maybe.
What year would that have been? That you lost the.
Yeah, I think it was. I think because that is that, because I was supposed to get hired at WGN FM. They were going to hire me to do nights, and then they didn't even have a real radio station for it, which was weird.
Yeah, I don't even think there was. No, there wasn't. Okay, so there wasn't even a WGN FM. That was like a WGN. It was an online thing, and they were going to turn it into. We thought that they were going to turn it into like an old AM 1000 from the 90s.
Yeah.
So they thought they were going to turn it into like, Brandmeier, Kevin Matthews, Gary Meyer, that kind of thing, like a comedy talk FM station. And then instead they decided to turn it into a sports talk station.
Yeah, which you and I both ended up working at, where we did this show, The Game Changers, that was just like a weekend show, but it was fun.
I ended up doing sports on Brandmeier's show in the morning.
That's right.
So I was doing Brandmeier sports for like 8 months while the station was going on, and then doing our show on the weekends.
So
And then
that station flipped formats or whatever. That
that
station went bye-bye.
station, they sold it or they decided to get rid of it,
Yeah.
and then it turned into like Me FM, like oldies, which is doing very well actually.
So then we both worked at the Loop together for 3 years.
Right.
Oh, by the way, didn't this is from Greg. He said, "Didn't you get free LASIK surgery?" As a matter of fact, Greg, I did get free LASIK, and at that job, I got free LASIK. It was the dude who did the Rocks LASIK. He did Dan Marino. He was like the top guy. This was 2006, and like 2 weeks later, I was supposed to start a full year campaign of doing commercials. That's when I lost my job. So I just got free LASIK and didn't have to do anything.
Oh, see, I thought he was asking me because I got free LASIK surgery on the air, live from Dr. Kraft. And
Did
that
it
was
hold up?
in 1999. It held up until about 6 years ago.
Mine's still pretty good.
Wearing glasses again. And then he used to do a lot of the Bears, and he did I don't know if you remember Glenn Allen Hill from the Cubs. He did Glenn Allen Hill's eyes. 2 weeks later, Glenn Allen Hill hit a home run on the rooftop of the building across the street.
Oh my God. From
I
the
ended up
LASIK.
getting LASIK for my wife, for my niece, like we all had it.
For free, right?
It doesn't last forever, but it was great while it lasted. And I mean, my wife has been wearing like Harry Carey glasses since she was like 4 years old.
Yeah.
And so she got the surgery. And so like the next morning she woke up, and you'll hear this from a lot of people who got LASIK. She woke up and could read her alarm clock for the first time. And it blew her mind. But mine lasted from about 1999 to, I would say at the very least 2012, 2013.
Nice. Well, I'm at 15. It
lasted about 15 years.
I'm at 15 years right now because I got mine in 2006.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're at the Loop. So I worked at the Loop 3 years. You want a little inside baseball? A little inside baseball. So while I was at the Loop, they were talking to me about co-hosting mornings on Q101 KQX. Me and another guy.
I had heard about that.
That's right. Well, I told you about it. And then
yes.
You heard about it from me. Okay.
Okay. I didn't know if I was supposed to play along like this was a scoop that I didn't know about.
So
yes, you're the one who told me.
Okay, so then so this is before the Loop even got sold. They were talking to me about doing mornings, right?
Right.
At the same time, I was talking about doing mornings in San Diego at a station called 91X. And because I thought I was getting hired in Chicago for that morning show, I didn't really go all in on that. So I could have been doing mornings in San Diego.
You should have went all in on San Diego while you're young, son.
And then the
San Diego is for the young. You should have that would have been your Miami part 2.
Yeah, exactly.
To San Diego.
But that show they hired instead of me, that show Ray got fired. So I could have been, who knows what would happen. So anyways, so the Loop goes away. The Loop gets bought by that awful company that is supposed to be a religious company, but they just whatever.
It's
I don't know what
story. Yes, yeah, they're literally trying to kill the devil's music in America, which is rock and roll. They literally are, without getting into too much detail, they are literally buying up all these classic rock stations across the country to get rid of the devil's music.
Exactly.
And because they're a religious organization,
a fake religious.
It doesn't matter if they make a profit or not, because they're nonprofit.
They don't pay taxes.
Right, exactly.
But they have millions and millions. They have so much money they could keep buying $20 million radio stations left and right.
Exactly.
It's a big scam. Okay, so then the Loop goes away, right? And I think I'm getting this morning show with my buddy, who they ended up hiring him and 2 other people, but they didn't hire me to do the morning show, right?
Right.
So then a few months go by, and then they offer me a job to join that show on KQX, but also give me mornings in Indianapolis.
Yes.
So then that way I could be on air and then work behind the scenes on this other show, right?
Oh, so that's how you see it. I see it as we have you do 2 jobs for 1 price. Is what how
that's true. Well, that too.
How I see it. Those are the glasses that I'm looking through when I hear that. But hey, a gig's a gig at this point.
Hey, the greatest thing ever to happen to me was losing that job because of COVID, I lost that job, right? Which was crazy because we had meetings before that, and the one dude's like, "Hey, just so you guys know, because this is when COVID first happened. They're like, hey, if the boat goes over, you guys are all on the raft. Don't worry." So I bought a condo.
Right. That's the last thing. That's the whenever they give you the vote of confidence, it's not a vote of confidence.
Well, you know what I did?
Rather than not say anything.
I bought a condo. And I had to cancel that sale because I asked him, I said, "Hey, I'm buying a condo. I'm good, right?" "Yeah, you are." By the way, the dude Marv who called me to let me know I lost this job, when we were at Q101 in 2006, I also bought a condo, and he called me, and I had to cancel that deal. So he called me twice.
Good.
I lost out on 2 condos in 2006, and then again in whatever year that was, in 2020.
So twice you've bought a condo, gotten a phone call, looked down on your caller ID,
and I said, "Fuck."
Saw the name Marv, and then no condo.
And then Marv's like, "Abe, you know what this is about?" I'm like, "What?" But luckily I didn't close on either one. Okay.
Good.
Thank God I lost that job because I've been wanting this station in Chicago, Rock 95.5, to happen. In fact, I was emailing people years ago telling them they should flip 95.5 and call it Rock 95.5. I was doing that. Like the big wigs of the company. And it just everything lines up. I do believe that everything because every job I've lost something, there's been a reason, no matter what it is.
They say that everything happens for a reason. So
I believe that.
I'm going to I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I guess sometimes it takes a little bit longer for that reason to become apparent. But I'll go with that.
And
I mean, when the last time I lost a gig, again, not to be Debbie Downer, but the last time I lost a gig, my mother had gotten diagnosed with cancer. And so had I not been around, I wouldn't have been able to care for her. While she was going through that. You know what I mean? So
same thing happened with me. I lost a job. My grandma was sick. I got to spend the last month with her because I came back to Chicago. So yeah, everything works out. And I've never been happier to lose a job. I swam through shit like Andy Dufresne to come out clean.
Dude, I have always said that I am going to be like Andy Dufresne. Every time I go through a period like this, I say I am going to be like Andy Dufresne. I'm crawling through the shit tunnel, and I am going to come out clean on the other side.
Exactly.
In the rain, it's going to Zuhiwatanejo. I'm going to be Andy Dufresne. So I'm glad that you know that reference.
This is the bet, Conrad. My favorite Roker story is when he wouldn't confirm to Abe that he'd be working with him at the Loop.
Well, here's the thing. We were both told don't say anything to anyone.
But see, I thought you were on the list where I could say something to you. See, I have a list of people I'll still say stuff to.
But again, I always look at it as it's a trap.
But you think I would trap you?
No. You're not the trap. But the trap is if they would be able to figure out who talked.
Oh God. Come on. For that job
saying, this is how I look at things. So I just don't say anything. Yeah. If you know me, I rarely ever say anything bad about anybody.
Oh, I would never say anything bad about anyone.
it's really not worth it. It's
No.
not. It's not worth it to put it out there. It's not worth it for it to get back out there. UFOs, by the way, Conrad, UFOs are real, ladies and gentlemen.
Obama confirmed it, didn't he?
They are real. Check out 60 Minutes from 2 weeks ago. They did an entire piece on how all the documents that came out and UFOs are real. Talk about a news cycle. Like that story doesn't even like.
I know.
You don't even hear about it. That's the world we're living in right now.
Yeah.
UFOs are real, and nobody's heard anything about it. It's like it's not even making. It's not even making like the last story on the news. Thank you,
Tom.
Conrad.
Hey, Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge's been from Blink-182 has been saying it forever. He left Blink-182 to study this stuff.
Yeah, and finally, unfortunately, what this does is it gives a reason for everyone who's been saying all kinds of crazy stuff forever to go, see, I told you so. There's a chance. I'm telling you, if an alien came to Earth, where are you taking him to eat?
Oh, great question.
Just as long as he's not here to eat me, I'll take him wherever he wants to go.
Hello, take me to your leader.
I'll take him wherever
I am hungry.
I would go to Au Cheval, I think. And first of all, we'd kick it off with that bacon appetizer, but I would say, hey, make sure to keep about 4 of those pieces for your burger. Because at Au Cheval, that's the move. So then you can have extra bacon. Instead of getting just 2 pieces
get the bacon on the side. Get the bacon on the side instead of getting the bacon on the burger. Then you have extra bacon.
So let's get into, okay, I went into my whole career synopsis there because we were talking about Indianapolis. I don't know how we got into that. But the best sauces, first of all, Chick-fil-A sauce, 2 waffle fries per container of Chick-fil-A sauce. That's how delicious it is.
No, I think they're going through a shortage now. I think they're only giving you 1 sauce per entree right now.
Oh my! But you could buy it in bottles now, right?
Yes, I believe so. At least the last time I was on the app, you could. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go there, just buy a bottle.
And it's like a flavored mayonnaise because it's like 120 calories for that little cup.
Oh yeah. So what?
But that's why it tastes so good.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of calories. I mean, that's the reason things taste good. Things that have no calories don't taste good.
That's a great tip.
They don't taste good.
That's the tip of the week.
Don't feel guilty if you're eating something that's yummy because it's tasting good and it's making you feel good, and that's why it's there.
Exactly.
Don't waste your time. I mean, and I've done it. I'm like, the Yoplait will be on sale like 10 for $5, and I'll tell my wife, go get yogurt. It'll be midnight, and I'll be eating yogurt and feeling miserable. And I don't want yogurt. I don't want light yogurt.
No.
Just eat the ice cream. Just eat the ice cream.
Roker, you've been named the biggest slob of the week already.
Oh, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I have an ice cream tip. For you. And I give this tip to my friend, and he loves it because he would like go to Aldi and get. Is that somebody trying to get in or somebody trying to get out?
Yeah, there's some work being done in here. Just ignore all the pounding.
Ignore the hostages.
Put him in with the gift. You ain't from around here, are you,
Rames
boy?
is tied up. Yeah.
Yeah. Gok, you wait really quick. Wait. If I know for me that my biggest nightmare, that's the way I don't want to die. Some redneck.
Much, I think that's universal.
Some redneck raping me. Like, could they
in a back room with a gimp?
And how about when Zed is like he's watching or whatever. The guy who owns the shop, he's sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, yeah. But while the guy's just banging Ving Rhames from behind like crazy. with the ball gag in his mouth. Oh my god!
And Ving Rhames was like, Disturbing, man. Disturbing.
Okay, now
Dude,
back
I
to
remember
the
walking
sauce.
out of Pulp Fiction going, what was that?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So what were you saying now? Of the ice
It was
cream?
my quick ice cream tip is, because if you go and you buy a thing of Haagen-Dazs, you're going to eat the whole thing, right? A friend of mine was going to Aldi and getting the Aldi chocolate ice cream that's like unbelievable.
Ah, yeah.
And he would bring it out.
Wait, hang on. Slow down there. What? That's known as being good?
It's known as being ridiculous.
Aldi
And
chocolate.
the chocolate ice cream from Aldi. And I'm like, Aldi, are you crazy? And everyone was talking about Aldi this, Aldi that, all the ice cream from Aldi. I'm like, what? I'm thinking the ice cream from Aldi is going to taste like the ice cream you used to get at Walgreens back in the day. They had the ice crystals on it. All that stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And like it melts and like half of it's gone because it's all air. And so he would sit down, and the next thing he knew, he would eat the whole thing. And I told him, I said, here's what you do. Next time you go to the store, buy a pack of cones.
Oh.
So when you get your ice cream, scoop it out, make an ice cream cone. I don't care if you put 3 scoops on it. Make an ice cream cone, eat the ice cream cone. You'll feel satisfied because you've eaten it and completed it, but then you didn't eat the whole thing. And the next time he saw me, he was like, it worked like a charm. You're absolutely right. Make an ice cream cone with the Haagen-Dazs. Don't sit there and eat the whole thing. Make yourself an ice cream cone, and it will end up lasting longer, and you will feel mentally just as satisfied, maybe even more so, because you'll feel ashamed if you eat the whole ice cream thing in one sitting.
So how many cones do you end up eating? Like 7 or 8 cones?
Well, no, you usually don't end up doing that. You usually just eat the one cone. And even if you were to eat 2 cones, you're still eating less than you would have. It's like I told you, baby steps, right? If you eat less than you would have, you're doing better. So
you're ahead of the game.
You're ahead of the game. So if you end up eating 2 ice cream cones, you're still eating 2/5 of what you would have had.
Yeah. It is sad.
You sat there and opened it up and just eaten it all.
That's why Ben and Jerry's is brilliant, because it's not that big. So like you could eat the whole thing and not feel too bad, even though it's like 1,000 calories or something.
Yeah, they make it so that you do eat the whole thing. They make it so it turns into a single serving, and that's another thing. Like they have the calories and the fat on it.
Yeah,
there'll be 2 numbers. One is the single serving, and the other is what's in the entire container.
Oh yeah,
right.
They put the whole container now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. Or they'll say, it'll say like calories will say 400 calories. And then in little small print, it'll say 400 calories per serving. And a little small, it'll say this container is 2.5 servings. So you think you're eating 400 calories and you're eating 1,000 calories. And by the way, a pint is no longer a pint. It's smaller than a pint. A half gallon of ice cream is less than a half gallon.
Wait.
Same goes for orange juice.
Why?
Same goes for Powerade. Powerade bottles are 28 ounces now.
Oh. What were they before? 32?
32.
Wow. Why did they do that?
Because if you are selling Powerade, orange juice, ice cream, whatever, and you are able to make it 2 ounces less.
Yeah.
Now multiply that times 10 million bottles.
Yeah, that's 20 million extra ounces.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Next time you go to the store, the orange juice cartons, they're not 64 ounces. They're 62 ounces.
Damn.
60 ounces.
Wow.
Like I said, Powerade is 28 ounces now. You go and get a pint.
News.
You think you're getting a pint of Ben & Jerry's? You're not getting a pint of Ben & Jerry's. You're getting less than a pint. Half a gallon ice cream, you're getting less than half, or a quart, less than.
Damn.
It's just, and you never even noticed.
Wow. That's breaking news.
And you never even noticed.
Man, that's heartbreaking because now, I like drinking a nice 64 ounces of orange juice. So that's messing things up for me. Should we get back to sauces? Because
please, you haven't well,
everyone
told me, unless you're saying that the Chick-fil-A sauce is your favorite sauce.
It's no. Okay. I'm bringing that up just because it's delicious. And that's a sauce everyone could get their hands on. I recommend it. The greatest sauce ever is at my favorite place. It's on the south side. It's called Tony's Beef. Have you ever been there?
I do not believe I've been to Tony's Beef. Where is that located?
Like 70th and Pulaski.
Okay.
It's called Continental Sauce, okay? They give it to you with like their whatever, cheese sticks or all their stuff.
Continental Sauce. It's like the aristocrats. It's Continental Sauce.
Yeah. But I put it
it's ketchup and relish and
it's like mayo. It's a yellowish mayo type thing. It's so delicious, and I dip everything in it. It's very good.
Nice.
This is the greatest sauce ever. This is at Tony, and I also think, and there's another breaking news. Tony's Beef has the best beef sandwich ever. Okay,
well, if we start going there, we'll be here forever because everyone has their beef spot. Everyone has their hot dog spot. Everyone has their pizza spot. So if that works for you, I mean, you really can't go to avoid the argument. You can't go wrong with an Italian beef sandwich wherever you get it from.
No, Wendy said. Wendy's saying, do you notice cereal boxes are super small now? I don't eat cereal, so is that true, Roker?
Claire, what was that cereal I ate last week? It might have been, she bought like...
What, is she outside the door laying on the ground or something?
She's doing some work in the kitchen.
Some work.
She's doing some work in the kitchen. I made myself a bowl of cereal. It was like Lucky Charms or something, it was Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's what it was. It was Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Made myself a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and half the box was gone.
Jeez. And how much is a box?
Yeah,
is it $5?
It's small. They're always on sale now for like maybe $1.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
Something like that. They're on sale lots of times, but yeah, it's like the cereal boxes are like all narrow and everything.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't
there's
like
not
that.
a lot of cereal in those boxes anymore.
Man. So, and then of course I always get mayo on it. Mayo is my go-to sauce for everything. Big Mac sauce, delicious, of course. Now, but continental sauce at Tony's Beef.
It is the continental sauce.
That is my favorite. Now, what's your favorite sauce, Roger?
I said Hollandaise.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Hollandaise sauce is my Hollandaise sauce. If you're just tuning in, Hollandaise sauce essentially is egg yolk and butter. Egg yolk and butter.
So this is
whisking some egg yolks one day. Some French guy was whisking egg yolks one day and said, "I don't know, this isn't fatty enough. It could use something."
Butter.
How about some butter? Yeah.
Well,
this is perfect.
Yeah.
It's so good. You literally could just eat it. You could just eat it, but then that would just be too disgusting.
Broker, answer this seriously.
Yes.
When your wife makes Hollandaise sauce, have you ever just ate Hollandaise sauce with a spoon?
Well, that's what she's saying, that she could eat it with a spoon. I will, if there's some left over, absolutely. I mean, I lick every plate that's ever had Hollandaise sauce on it. There's no question. You leave no drop behind of the Hollandaise sauce. It's so good. And I mean, if you've never had, I mean, you usually, like if you're in Vegas or something, you'll see an eggs Benedict on like the buffet. But the problem with those is that they've been out for so long, the poached egg gets hard.
Ah.
And that's the other beauty of the Hollandaise sauce. So you've got an eggs Benedict, right? Which is, you got the English muffin and Canadian bacon.
Ah, yes.
With a poached egg on it. And then you're putting egg yolk and butter on top of an egg.
Delicious.
So then you cut through the egg and have the egg yolk run into the Hollandaise sauce.
Man.
It is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
That time I was in San Diego, I had pork belly eggs Benedict.
Oh,
it was
nice.
Delicious. Will Hammond's asking, what's a sauce that you like that you would order online? Will, I'm telling you, this St. Elmo's Thai chili sauce is delicious. And I think you can get it on Amazon or something because I bought it at Mariano's, but it's delicious.
St. Elmo's Thai chili sauce.
Yeah, it tastes kind of like my spectacular continental sauce. It's similar.
So you like that flavor profile?
I do.
Okay.
In fact, I talked about this a few weeks ago. Remember I said at Bennigan's, the guy asked me, that's not enough sauce for you? That was another sauce that was similar to these types of sauces. So
what do you think is in the continental sauce?
I don't know.
So I'm guessing that there's a little sweetness and a little spiciness component.
Yeah, it's very rich.
Okay.
Jeff Frank, Toast to the Slob Show from next to PNC Park. Just got loaded cheesesteak chips, house-made chips topped with braised beef, beer cheese, fried peppers, aioli, and scallions.
Nice.
PNC's in Pittsburgh, right?
PNC, yes. He must be there for the Cubs game.
Yeah.
Cubs
well,
series.
actually, I know this gentleman, Jeff. He's actually on a trip. He's on a road trip to a concert, and I believe he's stopping at some ballparks on the way.
That was my plan the year that we got fired from the Loop. I was going to go to like a bunch of different ballparks.
How did that work out?
It worked out great.
Hey, Wendy just included a link in the I think she's watching on Facebook. So go to my Facebook page if anyone wants that St. Elmo's sauce. It's quite delicious. Hey, I have to mention this too. We cannot forget about the Arby's horsey sauce.
See, now, I wasn't a fan of horsey sauce when I was younger.
Me too.
But as I got older and I would eat sushi and I would love the wasabi.
Yeah.
I love the spicy. So when the wife went to Arby's, I'm like, make sure you pick up a bunch of horsey sauces.
Yeah.
Right. So I had like some fried shrimp.
Oh.
And I had some cocktail sauce and I just opened some horsey sauce packages and mixed it up in the cocktail sauce to give it a more horseradish. And if you just taste the horsey sauce, it's basically horseradish and mayonnaise.
Oh yeah.
It's like a smooth horseradish. It's got like a little bit of bite at the end, but it's smooth. So yeah, horsey sauce. And then you should start taking the horsey sauce. You just put it on You can just put it on sandwiches. Anything that you want that little bite from.
Let me make a plea. Oh yeah, anything. I'll put that on anything. Let me make a plea though to anyone who works at Arby's, because I did go to the only Arby's where the guy only gave me 2 packets. Normally they go like this. Oh. They take 2 I'm like, hey, can I have some horsey sauce? They take 2 handfuls like this. 2 full handfuls. Ugh. And they're dropping out of their hands. They put them in your bag. That's how much sauce Arby's normally gives you. I happen to see the one guy, he gives me 2 packets. I look in the bag. I'm like, could I have some more? You know how many more he gave me?
1,
2.
2 more.
So a total of 4.
They don't leave them out for you anymore, huh?
I think because of COVID, right?
Right.
They used to have a big tub of it that you would pump out. Remember? The horsey sauce? You
Well,
could pump
yes,
it.
yes, they would be. Yes, there'd be. Yes, just and you'd have the little containers that you could just put them in. And while I was waiting for my order, I'd just be over there filling containers up with horsey sauce.
Me
and
too.
Arby's sauce. And
Yeah.
you'd be filling containers up. And then by the time my order was ready, I had 10 sauces in my bag.
Let me ask you
that's
this.
one of those things that isn't going to go away because of COVID. Now the sauce is always going to be behind the counter now.
Oh,
that's what I get.
I bet you don't know.
It's like after 9/11 when they stopped serving meals on airplanes, right? It's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're saving a lot of money by not serving meals.
Exactly.
People still have to fly, so we'll just cut that out, and we'll charge them a surcharge. Say it's a 9/11 fee.
Roker, you're not going to know the answer to this. What is on a beef and cheddar?
On an Arby's beef and cheddar?
Yeah.
So that is their that's their America's roast beef, yes, sir.
America's roast beef.
And the cheese sauce, and it's on the onion roll.
Yes.
And there may
There's
also have Arby's sauce on it.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought you'd say. It is not Arby's sauce. It's another sauce, which here's a little insider's tip. No, I shocked the world when I brought back up the off the broiler Burger King thing a couple weeks ago. Everyone's eating their Burger King Whoppers off the broiler now because of me. I shocked the world with that one.
If you went to Google or Twitter, it would say trending.
Yeah.
Burger King off the broiler. War in the Middle East. UFOs are real.
Exactly. So I shocked everyone. I'm not like, I get hit up to this day when people go to Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's for the first time. People I haven't talked to in 15 years. Hey, Abe, look at this. It's a gargantuan. I'm trying it for the first time. I should be getting paid by Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's till I die. I should have a pension with those two companies. They should be paying me. I'll take $1,000 a month for the rest of my life from each of you, because what I've done for your two companies is unbelievable. I turned Roker on to Jersey Mike's, for God's sakes.
You did.
In fact, we were working together and we were in the break room. I cut you a piece off. I never cut pieces off. I let you try it from my sandwich.
That was very kind of you, because I certainly wouldn't have done that.
That's how much I believed in the product.
You should hear me hem and haw when my wife asked me for a bite of something that she made. Like she asked me for an appendage or something.
So here's the tip now. Okay. So
$5 off of 20 at Jimmy John's right now.
Oh, and what's the code? Just 5 off 20, right? The number 5. I know it. I know it by heart.
5 off 20.
It's a number 5 OFF 20, and you get $5 off a $20 order on the app, which is an amazing app. The Jimmy John's app is awesome.
Yes.
And by the way, you have to have every app. Wendy's is the best. Burger King, McDonald's, all those apps are absolutely the best apps. It's always tons of free food. Dollar Whoppers all the time. Like, it's crazy.
That's right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Always check the app.
So the beef and cheddar sandwich, which used to be 5 for $5 back in our day. Back in my day.
The regular used to be 5 for $5. The regular roast beef sandwich used to be 5 for $5.
What was the
I usually don't get the beef and cheddar because I don't like the onion bun. But
what?
Yeah, I'm not an onion bun guy.
But you love cheese.
I like onions. I like buns. I just don't like them on buns.
So why don't you just ask for the regular bun?
I used to do that. Now I'm pretty much strictly a French dip guy. You got to get the half pounder. Don't get the regular. You got to get the half pounder.
Delicious.
French dip and Swiss, and ask them for extra au jus.
Oh,
that's how I do that.
But you eat more cheese than like anyone. So what? You don't need cheese on this?
I want it has Swiss on it, but their Swiss isn't going to be like real Swiss. It's like Arby's Swiss, so there's no need to get extra.
Oh, there's Swiss. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I used Arby's. The 5 for $5 was great. The 2 for $2 Whoppers was great. So okay. So here's the thing: beef and cheddar. Everyone thinks that that's Arby's sauce on the beef and cheddar. It's not. It's a different sauce, and I'm the only person who knows the name of that sauce.
And drum roll, please. The name of the sauce on the Arby's beef and cheddar is?
Let me write it here. So, could you stall for a second?
I can stall for a second here on the Slob Show. All things slovenly, not just food, ladies and gentlemen.
No, everything. Explain,
entertainment, lifestyle, clothing, everything.
Style. Hey, fashion.
That's right. Abe has gone with a plain shirt today. I am wearing my Wisconsin Dells. I had a Swig at Nigs t-shirt today. They have a bar up there called Nigs.
Can I get the drum roll, Roker, please?
The drum roll is the name of the sauce on the Arby's beef and cheddar is.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Arby's beef and cheddar.
Ranch.
It is called Red Ranch. Only I know that. And in fact, I found out the hard way because sometimes I would ask for extra Arby's sauce and they would put Arby's sauce on and ruin the taste of my sandwich. One day, I'm very
different.
I would say, let's see, I'm 39 now. Maybe 18 years ago when I was like 21, a gentleman told me the name of that sauce. He goes, no. That's Red Ranch. I'm like, what? Red Ranch? And that sauce. So I want everyone who watches or listens to the Slob Show, here's your assignment this week. Go to Arby's just for fun and ask for a side of Red Ranch. They have to put it in a separate cup.
Red Ranch sauce.
Yes, that's what it's called.
What is the difference in flavor between the Red Ranch sauce and the Arby's sauce?
Red Ranch is sweet. Arby's sauce is like not sweet. It's I don't know.
A little more savory. Okay.
It's a tangy, savory sauce. I hate Arby's sauce. It's disgusting. I like the horsey sauce, and then this Red Ranch is delicious.
Interesting. I'll have to remember that the next time I'm at Arby's.
No one knows that except I shock once again.
The world has been shocked, ladies and gentlemen. Abe is the only Arby's employees don't even know what this is called. Abe is the only person who knows what the Arby's beef and cheddar sauce is called. And now you know because you listen to the Slob Show. Red Ranch.
There could
be a quiz somewhere down the road. So make sure you're taking mental notes of all these things.
Roker, no one knew that except for me. Honestly, I've never heard anyone talk about that except me.
Yeah, I did not know that was not Arby's sauce on a beef and cheddar.
And there it is. If you're watching the video version of this, it says right on the screen there, Abe shocks the world again.
Abe shocks the world again, and Roker is the slob of the week again. I think we've basically summed this episode up right there.
All right. So anything else you want to throw in, Roker, before we wrap up? Because I will remind everyone, hey, the streak will end next week, but we're always going to be here Wednesdays at 3:15. So just because, unfortunately, there will be no Slob Show next Wednesday, the Wednesday after, we're back.
Yes. Yeah,
hey,
next week is a holiday week.
Yeah. Enjoy
your cookout this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, how about some Memorial Day grilling tips? Roker, do you have any tips for meat cooking or anything?
I went on a road trip.
Oh.
Over the weekend. I
left
the house for something other than something that I had to leave the house for, like a doctor's appointment or something.
Where did you go?
We were showing the house. I went to Michigan.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I went to Michigan to go to this store called Shelton's.
Wait, you went to go to a store?
Yes.
Why?
Because they had porterhouse steaks. Buy two, get three free.
Whoa. How deep in Michigan were you?
Just past South Bend. So I mean,
South Bend? Isn't South Bend in Indiana?
South Bend is in Indiana, and then Michigan is just past Indiana.
Oh, it is.
It's the exact distance to Milwaukee. I could have gone to the Usinger factory in Milwaukee, or I could have gone to Shelton's in Michigan. Same distance.
Hey, let me
About 100 miles.
let me say something about you, Roker. For you, I've seen you spend $100 to save 10.
Dude, I will not walk across the street to piss on somebody who's on fire. But I will drive to Michigan to buy 2 steaks and get 3 free.
But you'll spend
You're absolutely right.
You'll spend $150 in gas to save $50. I don't understand you. Like you've done this many times. You'll take Ubers that are $50, $60 to save 20. Is it you just like knowing that you're saving money?
Hell, I'll go to the casino and spend $15,000 so I can get a card that'll get me a free buffet once a week. My wife tells me, she goes, I think that you're in the, were you brought up in the Depression or something? It's like, you saved, she's like, can we throw some of these plastic forks and knives away? I'm like, why not? I'm like, I get pissed at her, go, get extra napkins. You go to Jimmy John's, right? They got that stack of napkins there. Grab a whole bunch of napkins. Those are free napkins.
You don't steal toilet paper, do you?
No, I don't steal toilet paper. I don't. Yeah. Napkins, yes. I'll take it. You'll be lucky to get a regular napkin at my house. Right now, I've got.
They say Wendy's, Burger King.
There's a Wendy's, Jimmy John's, whatever they say. Oh, yeah. I told you, man, I'm still drinking out of Jack McDowell cups.
The pitcher from the White Sox?
Yep. Get that souvenir cup when you go to the ball game? Yep, I'm still drinking out of them.
Man. Do you have plastic forks? You must have 50,000 plastic forks, right?
Oh, I got a bunch of plastic forks. A whole thing of plastic forks and then a whole different thing of sauces.
You keep them in like golf bags or something? Where do you keep them?
They're usually like in an old Popeyes bag or something. Yeah.
All right. Well, check out Roker's other podcast. It's called Roker Radio.
You got to be thinking, Claire's living the dream, isn't she? You got to be. You got to live with a guy that drinks out of Jack McDowell cups and saves plastic forks, and she get all this too. I mean, how lucky can one girl be, right?
Scott also has his souvenir. Remember that when I was a little kid, though, we used to always collect those souvenir cups. Now I'm a minimalist now. I don't want anything because I feel like clutter. Roker, if you ever get rid of your clutter, you're going to find actually that you're happier without it.
I think I'm going to have to become a minimalist if I end up, when we end up moving, because there's no way that she's going to let me bring, 20 tumblers from the Scout with me.
You have a Moscow Mule glasses, the copper mugs.
She would pick me up from watching a Bears game at a bar, and I'd have all 15 cups that I drank the beers out of stacked up.
God. All right. Well, check out Roker Radio. That's Roker's other podcast.
Roker Radio at Al Roker Jr. on social media, at Roker Radio on Twitter.
And every morning, Angie Taylor and I on Rock 95.5, you can hear us. Hey, look at this. We have Brett. He said he's throwing shade at Angie's old partner. He's saying, Fred who? Because now you have Abe. Look at this.
Well, there's room for everybody. We have no problems with anybody.
No, but, we do like everyone.
We love everyone. So but congratulations, Abe.
Thank you. And we'll wrap it up on this. Conrad's asking you, Roker, what's Claire cooking in the kitchen right now?
She's actually not cooking. She actually asked. She goes, I really think we should just get something delivered.
Oh.
Because,
And don't they not deliver to your house for some reason?
Well, we tried Jimmy John's, and Jimmy John's, like, we're 2 blocks too far away from the closest Jimmy John's.
Maybe it's time to move
And-
out of that house because you have people who won't deliver a refrigerator. Jimmy John's won't come to your house. Like,
Dude,
it's time to get out.
It's ridiculous. Like we would order stuff. Like there's this Chinese restaurant and was like, and the delivery line ended like 2 blocks before our house. But in the other direction, they deliver to the projects or something. But
No respect.
They won't deliver this in this direction. So she's cleaning the kitchen. She's taking the opportunity to box up all the kitchen stuff that we aren't using so that she'll have another room done for the move.
Roker's getting ready to move, if you haven't heard.
Yes, knock on
This
wood.
is more. This is breaking news.
Yes, that is the plan. But I never, dude. I don't count any chickens until they hatch. So I don't talk about it much.
And in case you don't know, Roker's like, I don't know, in like his late 30s.
Also,
or whatever,
I was asked not to say anything. So just in case it's a trap.
Exactly. Good thing I'm here to talk about it. Roker's a gentleman in his mid to late 30s at this point, and he's lived in that house since he was born.
Yes.
So this is going to be. I'm sure it's gonna be very sad to leave your not just your boyhood home, your only home.
Well, and when my grandfather bought this house, we were the first black family in the entire neighborhood. It was a Jewish area.
And now Claire's the only white woman in the
No,
neighborhood.
I'll be the last black person here. We were the first black person to move in. I'll be the last black person to move out. So we walk, we'll be sitting on the porch and just white folks are walking by, walking their dogs. Claire, look what you've done.
Look at Claire. Claire started the Hyde Park Revolution.
She did. Oh, I just learned today I'm getting a Stan's Donuts in Hyde Park.
Well, you're moving though.
Yeah, but it'll be here before the move.
Well, that's
We'll
good.
be here next month. Yeah.
Hey, take advantage of that secret thing I told you about.
The
Stan's Donuts.
Don't.
Remember the thing where you said you didn't want to talk about it on the SLOB show? That Facebook thing where you could get discounts.
Oh yes, exactly. Yes,
They have a Stan's Donuts one.
Yes, I have a couple of. Oftentimes, if you go into a Stan's Donuts right before closing, they will just give you a bunch of them for one price.
Oh, really?
At least I've had that happen to me a couple of times.
Nice. Right. So far, Roker and I have a trip to New Orleans planned. We will be doing that at some point.
Oh, I was looking on their website earlier this week because you can buy their charbroiled oysters.
Oh, yeah, but I don't. Who wants to make them yourself though? I want to sit there and eat them like a slob.
That's true. We did it. They were delicious because we got him for Mancow one year for his birthday.
Yeah, and
he loved them. We got him like 9 dozen. We got like 3 boxes of charbroiled oysters, and you just put them on the only difference is it comes with the bread and all that kind of stuff. And the only difference is it doesn't come in an actual oyster shell. It comes in like a foil thing that you put the oyster in, but it comes with all the
I could share this. Jeff is
fantastic.
Let me see something here. I want to see if I could share this. Jeff just sent me this picture. We were just talking to Jeff. He said he's in PNC Park. Oh, good. There we go.
Yes.
This is what Jeff
is the. That's nice. That is the. What did he say it was? It was a cheesesteak.
What is that, Jeff? Hang on.
Kind of like a cheesesteak nachos over potato chips, like an Irish nachos kind of thing.
He said, "Let me find it. Hang on."
Because Irish nachos are nachos on potato chips. So this is like a cheesesteak nachos over potato chips.
Yeah, this is loaded cheesesteak chips, homemade chips topped with braised beef, beer cheese, fried peppers, aioli, and scallions. Hey, you could send me pictures of your meals too. We'll feature them right here on the SLOB show anytime. So.
Claire started making tortilla chips and they're unbelievable, delicious.
Oh, she made her own.
Dude, you buy the pack of tortilla chips, they're like 49 cents. The regular, the tortillas.
Yeah.
and you just cut them into quarters, fry them yourself, and then salt them, a little bit of lime. They're better than any. I mean, it tastes like restaurant chips.
Does she use a real deep fryer?
49 cents. I think she used her Dutch oven, which is like a big like cast iron 6-8 quart pot.
Not to be confused with what Roker does when he's in
Not
bed.
to be confused with the Dutch oven that I do after I've had some White Castles. and Claire and I go to bed. Yeah, not to be confused with that Dutch oven.
Roker, Angie, Conrad brings up a good point here. Angie and I are talking about going to the Bears-Raiders game. It's October 10th in Vegas. We should go for that regardless.
See, now here's the only problem with that is a couple of years ago, and I've talked about this in the past, that every year I go down for the Voodoo Music Festival Halloween weekend in New Orleans. The 1 year the Bears were playing the Saints that same weekend.
Yeah.
And the minute they released the schedule, which was in like March, all the flights were gone.
Oh, damn. Well, we're trying to get our own flight.
Well, I would try and look up, because those flights, the minute it got announced that the Bears were going to be in Vegas that weekend, I bet all the flights are gone.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't wait on it. If that's something you want to do, don't wait on it. You fly Southwest. If you don't go, you can still use the money for another ticket.
Yeah, I've done that many times.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But don't think that you're going to be able to fly to Vegas for, $279 round trip or something.
Remember when it used to be? Remember when I lived in? We were talking about Miami earlier. When I lived in South Beach, to fly into Fort Lauderdale, which is about 25 minutes from my apartment at the time, it was about $98 round trip to go to South Beach.
I used to always fly into Fort Lauderdale. Miami Airport's the worst airport in the country.
Yeah. No, Fort Lauderdale was great.
I got held by immigration.
You always get held at airports.
I got held by immigration at the Miami, not customs.
Yeah.
Immigration. Ken Smith got held at immigration in the Miami airport. Worst airport in the country.
They're like, you get that.
I used to love. Yeah.
They're like, you get that. Sorry. They're like, you get that scar from eating pussy.
Exactly.
Remember
that's exactly what it was like.
That's a Scarface reference, kids.
I'm a political refugee from Chicago.
I'm a political refugee. You need people like me. You need people like me. Isn't it sad that people? I mean, I'm 39 at this point, but I used to be a young twink on the scene, and I knew all those movies back then. When I was like 19. Kids today don't have no idea.
I had my wife sit down and watch a little bit of Scarface with me. It was a couple of months ago. Because I wasn't going to put her through the whole movie, because the whole movie's like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
She's like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm like,
it's awesome.
I'm like, are you kidding me? This is it's like the fact that the movie gets worse and worse every year and more dated every year makes it even that much better.
Her womb is so polluted.
So ridiculously dated. It's so funny. I'm like when Scarface goes in to kill Frank.
Oh yeah.
At 2:00 in the morning, he's on the phone finding out that his little league team won. At 2:00 in the morning.
Aren't you going to answer
the little
that?
bastards, they won the championship today. At 2 in the morning? It's
you're a piece of shit, movie. Frank. You're a piece of shit, Frank. Mister. But then I ask myself, how do you find another Chavito like that? Hey. My name is Sosa.
They throw F. Murray Abraham. They hang him. They hang F. Murray Abraham real non-conspicuous shit. They hang him out of a helicopter. And Scarface goes, I never liked him.
Can you imagine if you and I were out at a dinner and they threw me out of a helicopter? I never liked it.
It's so obviously it's like a dummy. It's just, it's just a dummy. It's just like it's so bad, but it's just so good.
I never liked him.
I never liked him. Like,
hey, that's a smart thing to say. If you see your boy getting killed, you might as well sell him out. You might live.
Absolutely.
But then do I say to myself, if you're hanging out with a Javito like this, how can I trust you? Hey, all I have is my word and my balls.
My ball and my word.
Make a move. I like you, Tony. There is no lying in you.
There is no lie in you, Tony.
We're quoting Scarface if you're just tuning in.
Don't you ever fuck me, Tony. Don't you ever fuck me.
I'm about to have a heart attack again. You little monkey! I told you not to fuck me, Tony. You know you're a piece of shit, Frank.
That's one of my favorite lines. It's a simple line. He's just like, you're a piece of shit, Frank. You're a piece of shit. And then Tony, please, Tony. And at that point, everyone in the theater is going, kill him. Kill him.
Please, Tony. Please, Tony.
I know kill you. Manolo, shoot that piece of shit.
Then he goes into the bedroom covered in blood and just takes Michelle Pfeiffer with him.
He takes his wife and takes a woman with him. They're riding in the car. He puts on a hat, and the next scene they're married. They're just like, that's the montage.
And then he has a tiger.
And they're married all of a sudden.
Yeah. Push it to the limit.
I said, Claire, this movie is 3 hours long, and they have a montage in it. Imagine if it didn't have the montage.
Oh, God.
All right, enough of this silliness.
Her womb is so polluted. Fuck you, Tony. Fuck you, Tony. Hey, give her Quelo. She'll love me again.
Okay, she'll be back.
Remember this? She's not for you. He's like, Tony, your sister. She is beautiful, Tony. She's not for you. That was Roker with his Roker girls that he'd be at the bar at. Roker would go out with a Roker girl, a couple Roker girls. One of Roker's friends would usually bang one of the Roker girls. Roker would be like, "She is not for you. She is not for you."
Oh my God! All right.
Well, remember, sorry. Hey, I'm sorry.
2 weeks.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, which would be what's today's date? I don't even know today's date.
Yeah, today the 81 degrees.
26.
26th. So next Wednesday is probably the 3rd. So probably the 10th.
Next Wednesday is the 2nd. So we'll be back on the 9th.
The 9th. Okay.
Mark that in your calendars at 3:15. Everyone needs a beer. And hey, do me a favor. If you made it this far, just share this on your page so that we get we need 1 million viewers and listeners. That's what we're looking for. 1 million.
Absolutely.
1 million.
A million listeners. Yes. Yes. And feel free to follow us on social. Like I said, at Al Roker Jr. on Twitter, at Roker Radio.
That's right. And we're out.